Hey guys, this is Gotta Love Breath. I figured I'd throw another video out there before I get so busy preparing for the holiday season that I have no more time to put up any filler videos. That would be so sad. So there's probably going to be a very long stretch there where there's no videos for about, I'd say, 5 or 6 days maybe, and then I'll probably throw in another filler or possibly the anime review that I'm working on because I'm doing a review for Sola, and since I've refused to use video clips anymore for my reviews, I have to find a lot of pictures to stretch out the time frame that I would usually put in for one of my reviews that I would just fill in with a video. So that's becoming a big pain in the butt, but it'll be worth it. I'm actually quite enjoying the reviewing process once again. So today I decided that I'm going to do my first impressions of the PlayStation Network's new hub system or program or whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure what exactly it is that you would call this thing. The PlayStation Home. Now, JB Game Reviews gave me a comment asking that I should do some impressions since I have a PS3 and I talk about it a lot. And I was planning to do this before then even, but that just put it over the edge. I'm like, okay, that has to be my next filler blog. The PSN network sucks. It sucks so badly. Let me tell you, as a PlayStation owner, I am so envious of Xbox Live. Sure, it costs money, but that's because you're getting quality. You're getting a quality service. The PlayStation network sucks. You know what? Little Big Planet is actually set up better than the new home is. The system for Little Big Planet is better, is more interesting. It has more to do, basically. The PlayStation Network, the only real complaint that you can make about it is that, the only real compliment, really, is that it's free. That's the only thing you can really say. It starts off and you're completely wowed at first, or at least I was. You log in and you make your character like on The Sims, and there are very few customization options. I mean, it's pretty typical. I was expecting a little more out of this, but I was like, well, the graphics are nice. And I was able to make my avatar. And then it sends you off into your apartment that's overlooking the sea. And it looked gorgeous. I was like, oh my god, this looks amazing. I'm going to be able to walk down there, and I'm going to be able to... This is like an open world, or at least that's what I'm expecting. And then you begin to realize that the loading screens on home are just dreadful. None of it is interconnected very well. I realize it's still in beta testing. Or not beta testing, but this is the beta version of the game. Because when I logged in now, it's like, oh, it says beta. Oh, that's great. So is this going to blow up my PlayStation or something? You're walking around your apartment, and I'm like, well, this is cool. Then you go out into the main plaza, and it's very hard to communicate over the PlayStation Network unless you have a keyboard. Because the voice chat, it's very hard to hear the other person you're talking to, for one thing. And for another thing, it's not nearly as interesting as Xbox Live as far as just anything. Everything I've heard about Xbox Live is twice as good as the PlayStation Network, and that was 4 years ago. Xbox Live, like when the Xbox first came out, is probably 3 times better than the PlayStation Network. They really need to do something with this. Sony promised that the PlayStation Home was going to be their new big revolution, and all it is basically is... I don't even know what to say about it. It's just a big billboard for whatever games are coming out. You're walking around, there's a billboard there, there's an advertisement for Little Big Planet there. The coolest thing about the entire thing is that you can watch commercials on a screen. Oh, goody. I actually sat down and watched it, and it's really embarrassing that, hey, welcome to the PlayStation Network. Now you can pay $40 for this Blu-ray movie, and you can buy this too. Isn't that fantastic? All in wonderful high definition. Now let's advertise a game that just came out that totally sucks, and we're going to make it sound like the greatest thing ever. And there's like these screens like all over the place in the PlayStation Home. And I just go, why? Why did this take 2 years? I mean, with a decent enough development team, I doubt this would even take, like, 6 months. You could pop something out like this. The only thing is that the textures are shiny and everything looks clean and it looks great. But then you go in there and you realize just how shallow and dumb it really all is. And you have to buy things. This is what really pisses me off. It's free, but then you have to pay like $2 for a chair, 50 cents for this. So if you want to be customizable at all and make your home look cool, you have to buy stuff. You have to spend money. That just pisses me off. There should be about the equivalent of Gaia Gold. Gaia Online is so much more interesting as a community than the PlayStation Home is. And that's really sad when we're talking about something that was so hyped up, that required 2 years of development. You're just sort of sitting there and you're going, I cannot believe that this is as bad as it is. It is hollow. There's nothing there. It's everything that sounded cool about it was basically a lie. The coolest feature is that you could basically do Skype calls to people on it. Ooh, like that hasn't been done on Xbox Live 3 years ago. There's nothing good to say about it. It's just really dreadful. It's not, a lot of people aren't going to understand, because I was looking forward to Home for a very long time, and it looked fantastic. And when you go on there, and it is this steaming pile of overhyped doo-doo, it is very, very upsetting. I am very mad at Sony right now, but that's okay because I still have Little Big Planet, which is perhaps the greatest thing in the face of gaming history this year. It is the landmark of the year. I'm sorry. It is. It is fantastic. But seriously, Sony, could you pick up the pace a little bit? As a fan, I am very, very disappointed with your online. Just do something about it. It can't be that hard. This is Gotta Love Breath, and I am signing out. I still do not regret having bought a PlayStation 3 because I have Little Big Planet and Metal Gear Solid 4, unlike you Microsoft people. Na 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 na, ha 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 ha, I have MGS4. Okay, I'll stop now. I need to suppress my fanboy. Fanboy suppressed. Okay, I'm not going to let him out of his fanboy closet again anytime soon. Gotta sign out.